Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to ParaMystic Podcast. I'm your host, Kristina Bloom. And this week we have a very special guest who I will be bringing out shortly. A few quick announcements. Let me see. I will be doing an online DNA upgrade class on March 3rd. That's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know, it's an hour early, right? So like my brain is not quite kicked in yet, but we're getting there. Uh, so that event will be posted today on my Facebook events. And wow, I'm trying to remember what else we have got going on here because there's so much that's coming up. Tomorrow, I will be on the paranormal spectrum at noon live with Barnaby Jones. And I'm trying to remember what else is coming up, but there's a bunch of stuff. And I will be having some appearances coming up too. I'll get those posted as well. Many of those are already on my website. So if you wanted to go and check that out on the calendar on my website. So just looking up some information here. A lot of that is already posted. I do also want to announce that we have canceled the Celebrating 5D and Beyond retreat, March 30th through April 2nd. We will no longer be doing that retreat. It just wasn't working out, so we're just going to let that one go for now and maybe come back to it later. So without any further delay, let's bring out our very special guest, Michael John Angus.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I think this is the earliest podcast I've ever done that's live. You know, I've taped stuff this early, but never did anything live at 10 o'clock. So
right.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you are here
Well,
too.
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to do a quick intro for you because I didn't do that before I brought you out. But Mike is a seasoned career firefighter and EMT with over 30 years of dedicated service, offering a unique perspective on both the physical and emotional toll of his profession. Throughout his career, he has witnessed firsthand the powerful impact that trauma and loss have on those who serve and those they serve. This experience has sparked his lifelong interest in the paranormal and the ways in which the dead leave their mark on the living. In addition to his work in emergency services, Mike is an accomplished paranormal investigator, author, and researcher. His investigations delve deeply into the unexplained with a focus on the intersection of life, death, and the unseen world. As a film producer for Beacon TV, Michael has produced thought-provoking content that brings to light the stories and experiences that blur the lines between the physical and the spiritual. That's a lot.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you.
Wow.
I always tell people when I go for promotion at work and stuff like that in the fire service, so like you have 30 minutes, we're going to ask you 10 questions. So now I got to take 30 years plus experience and somehow dumb it down or push it towards those questions that they ask and summarize stuff short, you know, so you're not there for
Days.
2 hours. But yeah, basically, I've been in the fire service for a long time. Been an EMT since I've been 16. So
wow.
Yeah,
So
few years.
Yeah, your whole life.
One of my first jobs was an EMT. In Pennsylvania, you were allowed to get your EMT when you were 16. So I was riding in an ambulance. Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process. I mean, you know, like showing up at the scene of an accident and
Yeah, you talk about energy.
whew.
I mean, you know, you go to these spooky places and like, yeah, you can feel the energy and this and that. And it's like, nah, there's nothing compares to that live energy, I guess, or dead energy. I hate to say it that way, but recent energy, you know, it's like I always compare it to going into somewhere that someone just had a fight and, you know, they're done fighting, but you walk into that room, you can still feel that tense, that energy has heightened and, sort of similar to that, I guess, you know, that type of feeling, but I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad that you're here too. I love that you have that perspective though. I mean, I know it's been a long road and you have literally been in service your entire adult life. So,
yeah,
you know, that's That's a lot.
That's how I know.
But the perspective that you bring because of your job into the paranormal field, I think that's gotta be unique.
I think it is, and obviously I'm not the only one,
Mhm.
police officers, first responders,
Right,
nurses, doctors, and stuff like that that dive into it too. But yeah, I think it's a different way or a different um, being when you're dealing with the paranormal and working this job. And I
right.
spoke on it this last August in Gettysburg. And actually, the paper is going to be published in a journal here. Hopefully, it comes out in the fall. But it it talks about being marked, being
Mhm.
marked by the dead, being marked by that energy, being exposed to those events, a lot over the years. High energy, low frequency, high frequency, low energy, but it builds on the body. And I think it's recognized by the dead when I go to these places.
Yes.
Since I've been on that veil of life and death, I've had people die in my presence,
Right,
and I think that energy is transferred somewhat, and it's recognized by the dead, I guess.
right. I would assume so.
Yeah,
I
to a
would
point.
assume
Yeah, I mean,
so.
they talk
Yeah.
about objects and furniture and stuff like that. I mean, you go to any firehouse, it's the same way. Any old fire station is very haunted, just because
Yes.
of that souls being lost, and sometimes we're the last thing they're in contact with. Sorry about that. Before they pass.
Mhm.
So is I don't know. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
go ahead.
yeah, I was going to say a question that brings that up for me
Mhm,
then is how we talk about energy cleansing, we talk about
mhm.
protecting ourselves going into haunted locations. How do you energetically protect yourself on the job or after your shift or what is there something that you do that helps you kind of release the trauma that you may
And
have encountered that day?
yeah, I mean, a lot of it I didn't realize. I did all the hobbies. I used to fish. I
Mm,
did this. I did that. It didn't really dawn on me till like 2018. It like made a full circle. It's like, well, the dead have been trying to reach out to you for years,
yeah.
and you I didn't ignore that. I just, it was part of the job, so I didn't think about it. So now a lot of times with filmmaking and writing and
Mhm.
public speaking and going out uh investigating,
Yeah.
and trying to talk to the dead and communicate, I think helps a lot of that trauma over time. Now on a daily basis, sometimes you just digest it and try to, I work out, go do stuff, and try to focus the good energy, I guess, to absorb the bad energy and channel it to a way where um, it doesn't affect me. But I think, I had PTSD and still do to a point.
Mhm.
Just being exposed to that stuff, stuff that you shouldn't see, that it's not normal.
Right.
But I try to, like I said, try to channel that into public speaking and dealing with other first responders and stuff like that. So,
Right, and our own producer here, Gwen, was an EMT
no, she
and a
could tell you
first responder.
firsthand. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she shared some stories with me.
Mhm.
Alright, so we're gonna kinda jump ship on that one,
Sure.
right?
No. Yeah. Whatever you want to go. Let's talk.
Let's
It's
talk about
morning.
your
You
f
got me fresh. Uh
you got me half asleep.
oh.
So
Yeah. You're what, an hour behind.
I am, so yeah, it's 9:11 right now, that's
Oh
funny,
no.
it's 9:11.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We're
Interesting.
talking about this. See, you just gave me the chills. See how,
Synchronicities.
yeah, I'm telling you, it's people
Ye
don't realize that. Like I see it at work all the time, and any
Mhm.
time in life, it's like, here we are talking about it. Look at your clock, it's 9/11. You
Yep.
know, God rest everybody's
Right.
soul. But yeah.
Right, exactly, exactly. Let's talk about your filmmaking.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's more
how did you make that leap?
wow. It all started basically with the paranormal. I've always loved it as a child. Besides being a fireman, I was always into
Mhm.
movies and movie sets and commercials, and all that type of stuff was always like an interest to me.
Okay.
So I started to dabble in making some small stuff, some stuff for YouTube. And then when I moved to Georgia, I met up with Josh and Shane, and that road led to Beacon, and obviously we do other productions too with Lights Out Industries. Being in Georgia, it's a big area. They call it Yollywood. It's the different. It's the new Hollywood, right?
I love it.
Yeah, Yollywood. So I've had a ample opportunity here to make films, make commercials, videos for schools, hospitals, that kind of stuff. So I work with some other people. So it's all spooky stuff. We do
Mhm.
a lot of production and other things too. So I'm fortunate to. I'm telling you, anything you put your mind to, and I try to tell my kids this, and anybody that I come in contact with, it may take time and work, but anything you put your mind to and want to do, you definitely can achieve it. So I'm very thankful that I've got to do my career, what I wanted to do, and now something I've always had another interest in. I'm doing it. So I believe that
Yeah.
you can manifest that and put the work into it, and good things will come to you. So yeah, here I am, right? But
I love I love
and
that.
you do the same too. You were telling me we met at a Paracon, and
Right.
you went out and for 10 days, I
Right.
don't misspeak, put a
Right.
project together. So you know the ins and out of that
I'm
when it
learning
comes
the
to.
ins and out of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
You
have
always
a
will, always will. It's like
right, right.
I've been in other projects with other showrunners and other companies,
Mhm.
and there's stuff that I don't know everything, and I will never know everything, but
Right.
little stuff like, oh shit, I should have thought of that, or oh, that's a good idea. But
Uh-huh.
let's try that next. So
Right. I have a couple of new projects that I'm working on, but I'm
sweet.
completely self-taught. So it
And
it
that's the
is
best out there. I'm telling you, some of these
yeah.
guys that I work with started as grips, as productions assistants, just going out and buying lunch for the cast, or going to pick something up at the store, and they just built themselves up to where now they are a showrunner and working for a big network.
Yeah, I love that. And
Hmm.
that's not necessarily my goal, but
No, I
learning
get it. Right.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, learning how to do like video production and
Mhm.
editing and that sort of thing that doesn't look like I did it in 3rd grade.
It's there's a
It's
lot to it. Lighting,
yeah,
lighting,
lighting
lighting,
is
lighting. Yes,
huge. Yeah.
yes. You don't
Yeah.
realize, but how lighting and post editing, coloring
Yes.
can change the way something looks. Good
Right.
morning, Gwen.
Good Gwen and Courtney. Good morning,
Okay, yes,
Courtney.
we're not, yeah, everybody's probably thinking,
Yeah,
what
we're
are
not
you?
ignoring you. We're just talking and we're both waking up. So, um, yeah, it is an interesting thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. I remember when we talked in Rock Island,
That's
and
Rock Island. I couldn't think of it.
yeah, yeah, and I had recently been to England filming. So yeah, that was
I'm
what I
jealous.
was
I've never
talking
been
about. Yeah.
abroad yet, and I want to.
Oh,
We've
it's
talked about it.
beautiful.
We talked about working with Kalani and some other TikTok influencers and stuff like that
Okay.
to go overseas, but we just haven't, boarded the ship yet. But yeah,
Yes.
it's in the scope or in the range to do it eventually. So
Right. Let's see. So Gwen's question, how do the guys and girls react to you being involved with the paranormal?
as far as my work, they hate it.
Probably. They hate it?
Yes, because we talked about being in these, yes, at work, being in these
Mhm.
situations. Well, a lot of times, I guess I I don't always blame on the paranormal and me, because we're all in work or exposed to this kind of stuff. They
Mhm.
just don't want to hear it. But I think a lot of times some people follow me, attachments, will
Okay.
show up at work. And then, they worked at a station for many years, and they give me shit all the time because I left and went to another station. They're like, I don't know what you brought at the station, but this thing keeps following us around and keeps appearing and keeps like appears as a shadow figure. So I don't know if it's their brain, or if something was there before, or something followed me or followed them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they do, and it helps them because I hear a lot of stories from guys.
Mhm.
They tell me stuff that they've been exposed to and stuff that's happened to them. So yeah, they actually made a I laugh. They actually made a a comedy skit or a comedy video of me, and they were
Okay.
using like fire equipment. I mean, they put some production to this, you know. They had like they had lighting, they had their cell phones, and they were walking around with fire equipment making it beep, and you know, they are in the dark and stuff. So kudos to them, you know. But it was funny. So yeah, they don't say too much. Sometimes just they get antsy when something happens and they can't understand it or explain it, and they blame
Right.
me. They blame me for chasing a dead and bringing him with me. So I said,
There
well,
you
you're doing the
go.
same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're involved. You're exposed to this type of energy. So, but I hope that answers your question. They don't mind it, no, but sometimes they do a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. That was a pretty broad range there. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you know, the political answer. There we go.
Yeah. Well, and it's individuals too. It's not like everyone
Sure.
is going to
Yeah.
feel the same way,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
So that is interesting.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
interesting. I am not new to the paranormal. I've been psychic my whole life,
Mhm.
but I have more worked in the doing psychic readings realm and doing, that kind of realm and energy
Cool.
healing and
Cool.
that sort of thing. So, as far as like really jumping into the paranormal, it's only been the last few years that I've really jumped into it. It's just been around me my whole life.
Because you didn't realize it
So,
or
oh,
didn't
I knew it.
investigate
Um, I never really felt the need to investigate because they just
because they
walked
came
up
to
and
you.
talked to me. They came to me. There wasn't a whole lot of
Oh
need to
God, I have so
investigate.
much going on. I can't imagine laying in my bed and someone at my bedside talking to me. I'm like, listen, I'm going to bed. Let me alone.
It's time to
Uh,
sleep. Go talk to someone who's
yes, go talk to
awake.
somebody else, please.
Yes. Yeah, I have had that my whole life. So,
Uh, I
not
feel
so
bad for kids that have this and don't understand it. You know,
yeah,
I wonder how many
yeah.
people like you were locked up in lunatic asylums.
Oh, probably quite a few. Yeah, probably quite a
Hey, my
few
wife's
because
crazy. Yeah, take her to the pen, lock her up.
yeah,
For real. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, they used to do that a lot more than they do now, but yeah,
Yeah, thank God.
but
I mean, that changed. Or you
thank
may be
goodness,
talking to me
yeah.
behind a window with a phone,
Right?
right?
There are days. There are days. I think we all have those days, right? Where
Yeah,
it's just like, yeah, kind of a psych ward sounds like a vacation right
right,
now kind of
right.
days,
I
right?
I was fortunate, you know, with my travels as an EMT years ago when a lot of them were still open.
Mhm.
I don't want to say I was fortunate, but I felt fortunate that I got to interact and go into those facilities and talk to some people that, you know, I didn't know then. You know, they were maybe obviously had some type of mental illness and or had a
Right.
connection to the other side that we didn't know about. But yeah, I got to see a lot of the old facilities when they were still open and got to interact with people and take people there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some wild places. Like I've walked on the wards where, you know, they're in paper gowns or someone's naked walking down the hall. It's just like,
Mhm. Yeah. It can be intense there, I'm
yeah.
sure. Um, yeah, I my first experience with the paranormal, I was as far as, like, going looking for it,
Hmm.
there were, probably 30 of us that piled into a couple of vans and went to an old insane asylum that had been shut down.
Oh no.
Yeah, that
What a
was my
pla
first
what a first
experience.
place to pick, you know? Don't go to,
Right.
like, an old jail or someone's house. No, we're gonna go
No.
to a sale asylum that's been closed for 30 years, and I'm psychic.
Yeah,
Nothing
exactly.
bad's gonna happen, right?
No, God, it was, traumatic and
Oh, no
eye-opening.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, it was but again, there's this whole group of kids, well, kids, like, I don't know, 18 to 20-ish,
Mhm.
kind of, and one person thought to bring a flashlight.
Oh,
Like, really? What were we thinking? We weren't thinking, obviously,
and you
but
knew you had his abilities then?
yeah, I did.
So as soon as you walked in, they recognized you?
Oh, yeah, yeah, and,
Oh,
the
no.
one image that really sticks with me is, there was a broken, like, staircase, you could see through
Mhm.
it, and when you saw through it into the basement, there were shackles on the walls,
Oh,
and that
wow.
that is the image that really
Burned
shattered
into your
me,
brain.
burned into my brain. I still see it clear as day,
Wow.
and that was a long time ago, but yeah, when we go into these places, we don't know what we're going to
Mm-mm.
experience. We don't know what the people there experienced, why they're still there. And then it comes to the places where everybody goes, right? So you've heard all the stories,
Right.
you're looking for something. And how much of that are we creating or recreating
Correct.
as we
Right.
go into those
Right.
places,
But right. No, I believe that a lot.
Yeah.
When you start talking about it, and then the next group talks about it, the next group talks about it. And,
And everybody does a YouTube video and
oh yes, 10,000 videos of
yes,
this asylum or this
or
asylum or this jail.
right. Or this hospital or
Yeah.
whatever it is. And speaking of haunted places, hospitals, nursing homes, yeah, there are a lot of people who are still there who've passed on.
Yeah, they're don't go to that next level, that next.
Right.
Yeah, that they're, I don't know. That's, I do a lot of communication with ITC, and that's always one question that once we figure out what frequency we can harmonize with, or whatever frequency they're working on, it's just like they'll come through and speak to me, but it's just I cannot get a clear answer. You can help me a lot, and I'm stuck, and this kind of stuff. And um, Mike Galliano, I'm just on his podcast, and he said to him it feels like when you hear that kind of stuff, these people that are in this level or this veil that are like weightless and can't move, and
Yeah.
there's no gravity, and they're like just trying to get out of this area that they're in. And I said, well, I don't know, but maybe, because you hear help a lot and that kind of stuff.
You do. Yeah.
It's just like, well, then talk to me. It's just like they struggle to talk. They can't, if the frequencies aren't, the audibles not lining up and stuff like that, and then
Right.
it just like disappears. But then there's times where I'll talk to the same person for 5-10 minutes.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Right.
There's a
Right.
barrier that I try to bridge the gap to. And it
Right.
doesn't work. It drives me insane. Like, you can talk to me, you can tell me help, but why can't you? I don't know.
Maybe they don't know what kind of help they need. Maybe they
Yeah,
don't
they
know
just
how
don't
to
know.
ask for it. And I think being a psychic medium, I kind of have an advantage because I can hear what doesn't get recorded,
That's true. Yeah.
So, um, often I will just ask them, "Who do you want to come and get you? Because you can't find your way out of here, so who do you think can come and get you and help
Right.
you find your way out?" And then they'll typically tell me who, an angel or Jesus or grandma or whatever, and then I call them to come and help, and I've never had it not work.
Oh wow. That's cool.
So, yeah, so I think, it's really interesting to me that they can communicate with us, we just don't all know how to tune into it,
Right.
and then there are times when I'll be there with in a location with another psychic medium, and one of us is getting information, the other one isn't. We don't all get the same information at the
Information.
same time because, again, you're like you said, it's frequency.
Frequency. It's just like EVPs. We do them a lot.
Yeah,
And you may
yeah,
hear, cat, and I may hear dog. It's
right.
the exact same recording, just what frequency we're listening to, what frequency our body is tuned into, and
Yes.
how we process that information, those words through our brain.
Yeah,
That comes
exactly.
out that way. So
Ex
interesting. It's all interesting. It's like a purgatory. They're stuck in that level where they can't
Yeah,
go forward, they can't go backwards.
right. And
Yeah.
then there are those who choose to, they've crossed over, but sometimes they come back and communicate, where they
Well,
have
tell
the
them to
op
give me. I always talk to the Katie McVeigh, a good friend of mine. I was like, tell them to get to me the lottery numbers. You
right?
can come back and tell me stuff. Give me the
Yeah.
lottery numbers, or give me something that.
Tell me something that's gonna be useful to
Yeah,
me,
like who's gonna win the 2027 World Series or something that I can use some information on. But
Right. They don't
jokingly, obviously,
Yeah,
right? I know.
obviously,
I
yeah,
know.
obviously,
Yeah.
it is interesting though that, as we pass on eventually that even if we're stuck, it's like the things that used to matter to us no longer matter.
No, we try to normalize it with this world, and I try to tell people that. And
Yeah,
sometimes I feel bad for people, and I hope I'm wrong. But
yeah,
I think a lot of it is it's not the same.
no,
This is just a level that we're in, and then we're
mhm,
going to go to somewhere else, and it's not the
right,
same. And we
no,
we want it to be because of this world. Is
right. We
try
want the
so hard.
connections to remain. We want everything to be the
Right.
same, and it isn't.
No.
You know, we leave here, we leave the physical behind, and then we have a completely different perspective, you know, if not right away, over time or
Yes.
over distance or whatever, you know. There's
And
that
that's one.
whole Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say time doesn't exist, right? So there's that
That's what they
whole
say.
concept
Right.
and yeah. So go ahead.
No, I was just a project that I've been trying to work on, and it sort of deals with this. Is it's hard to do just because of the situation that I have to be in to do it. Is
Okay.
that connection? You know, I always call it the relative dead, the relatively dead.
Mhm.
That being on a situation where someone has just left this body and still may be around, but trying to get a connection to them through different devices, mainly ITC devices, to see if
Okay.
that connection fades over time. Because I had my dad come to me. He died a few Octobers ago, and he came through somebody else, a place I
Mhm.
was at.
Okay.
They didn't know that he died. They would have
Okay.
had no clue. But he was trying to come through to reach me. And he's come through a couple times to me, but it seems like, I don't know, like you're saying, if they choose to come back and forth to say stuff, or that energy is so strong within that certain amount of time right after they pass, then as time in this world goes
Right.
on, that energy, those frequencies, that audio sort of just fade into something else. But I've been trying to work on it. It's a tough situation to get anybody or to have anybody let me do, because last thing you know, I don't want to do and scene of a suicide or a death scene is sit there with a recorder and ask questions.
Right.
But it's not so
Right.
much I want to find out bad stuff or good stuff. I'm just curious to see, like, will I get real good EVPs or real good communication like right away, or is it basically the same, or is it opposite?
Right.
Just trying to build some type of research. It's not just make the light go off or make the cat ball go off. I want to actually build some type of data
Right.
to add to my studies and stuff that I'm trying to figure out. I
Is
don't
it
know.
helpful to you to have someone there who can speak with the dead, who can hear and communicate? Is that
I don't
helpful to you, or is that a
like
hindrance?
and when.
Like, when you're, investigating?
No, I don't mind it. Like, I've worked with a lot of psychic mediums. I actually enjoy it. I guess I I like when we do it is to have maybe them come in after we do like a quick sweep of the place,
Right.
with no information, to see if they get
Mhm.
any type of correlation. Not to test anybody,
Right.
but just to see. No, it don't bother me. Like, I've worked with a lot of renowned psychic mediums on film and in person, and it's sometimes it just blows my mind, like the
Yeah.
information. Like, I'm kind of jealous. You know what I mean? Like, I bust my ass trying to do all this stuff, and then you walk in a room and you're talking to the guy. I'm like, wait a second here. I just spent an hour with this stinking device getting bits and pieces, and you walk in a room and
Have a
have
conversation.
a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Good
know.
morning, Annie. Yeah.
It's sort of almost like a hi Annie, good morning.
Good
She's
morning.
I think she's Central Time, maybe. I don't know, Annie. Where
Uh,
do you live at? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I've met
But
so many people in the
I
last few
know it's
years, just
crazy.
like you, don't remember where anybody
I
is.
know. I forgot. What that was? What? Where was that? Rock Island.
Rock Island, that was Illinois.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back that this year. I have a lot of stuff coming up, and it just was a lot to
Yeah.
wrangle in. I would like to focus my energy other places. So, but yeah, no, it doesn't bother me. I enjoy it. Like I said, I'm kind of
Mhm.
jealous. I'm like, man, that saved me
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Right? Well, and
But
I think it is cool though when you have a medium and then you have like an EVP to back it up,
yeah,
you
right. It's
know?
like you can't deny that. Like, you can't,
Right.
especially when you have an EVP or somebody else's voice on a
Mhm.
recording that says something that no one else says. Like when I get answers to questions across the device that I use, it's like, yeah, we get a lot of radio fragmentation. I get that, but
Mhm.
I can tell the difference between radio fragmentation and someone talks across multiple sweeps, and
Right.
then somebody like you walks in the room and says the same thing that I just got on my recorder and or device. So
Right. Right.
make it, yeah.
Have you ever had anyone come through on a device where you recognize their name, their voice?
Oh, my dad.
Your
And
dad. Okay.
yeah, and I didn't recognize it right away. I was making a short documentary series for YouTube called ITC Files. So I'll get
Okay.
different devices, custom built. Some are built and sold through different places. Some are built just for me. But I was playing it back for somebody, and they said, "How was that you?" I thought somebody mimicked me, and here it was. They said, "No, that was your dad coming through talking to me."
That's so
So
cool.
yeah, and then like
Yeah.
it's just random, not all the time, and I get mad because he won't keep talking to me. But I'm
Yeah.
thankful that he did once and said, "Hey,
Yes.
Mike," or "Hey." So, but yeah, I do get that a fair amount, and I get recognized a lot.
Okay.
So I'll hear my last name and first name come
Wow.
through, and I'll do a lot of stuff right here at the house.
That makes
Yeah,
sense. I mean,
yeah.
it's your
So
house.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
other places I've gotten my name come through, but
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
and yet they don't have the lottery numbers.
yeah, they're still not giving that up. They're still not giving that
That's what
up.
I have the lottery paranormal. Maybe, you know, we'll take
Yeah.
a gamble, bet on it. You know what I mean? We'll make some money.
What the hell, man? Bring the lottery numbers, right?
The Powerball.
The winning
Yeah,
lottery
the winning.
numbers.
Right, right. Damn it, I've been
Yes.
playing them for a year. Haven't won yet. Oh, you just said lottery numbers. You didn't say winning, right?
Right, exactly, "Oh, you want a winning lottery number? Here's a
Yeah,
$4 winner. Here's a $7
yeah,
winner."
right,
No.
right.
Yeah, I totally
That's
get that.
funny.
Yeah.
But
Um,
I enjoy it. I really do. It's an
yeah.
out. I haven't been on it. Like I said, I haven't been on investigation for a while. We wrapped up filming in November for a new series coming out on Beacon, and that's last time really I've been out investigating. So
Wow. Is that
I don't
something
know.
that you feel you can talk about yet?
Yeah, the trailer is actually on my Facebook page, and I don't know if it's on
Okay.
Beacon's page or not, but I did share it out the other day.
Okay.
Yeah,
What tell us about it.
it's creepy and scary, and you'll run out of the room screaming. No, but we're at
Okay.
a we're at I'll give you some information. We're at
Okay.
a small town in Alabama that, like many towns in the South and even in the North or
Mhm.
wherever, have a long history of the paranormal, bad stuff happening, multiple layered events
Mhm.
triggering other events from years past and then building on top of other events. So we went there for I guess 8 days ish,
Okay.
and filmed. Met a lot of great people. Uncovered some crazy stuff. Uh, Missy Gaither's
Wow.
in it with me. Um, Josh Miller, Josh Darren is all that is in it, obviously, and with me.
Mhm.
It was produced by uh, Tamerline Media, Katie McVeigh, and it's going to be a Beacon original.
Nice.
So yeah, October, I think, fall of 2026, it'll be out. They're shooting for a 3-part series,
Okay.
so it's not so much a show; it's more going to be like a docu-series, but telling
Okay.
basically the story of this town. And we had a special psychic medium that joined us and did a remote viewing, which again, back to what you were saying about
Yeah.
having mediums join us, totally blew everybody's mind. Like
Yeah.
where she was and where we were, and she did this reading and she had no clue, like zero clue. It's like, we're going to hire you. We're going to use you sometime this week. Just stand by your phone when it rings. Can you do this? Yes. So literally, this person was at their house doing what they were doing.
Mhm.
And we called them like, okay, we were shooting this scene, and okay, it's time for you. She said, well, give me a minute. I got to do this and do that. And then 5 minutes later, she's on the phone and we start shooting, and she's just insane. Like,
Yeah.
like mind blown.
I
Like
love
stuff
doing
that
that
shoots. I
stuff.
know, it's like crazy.
I
Like,
love doing that stuff. I
so
love
yeah,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
really enjoy remote viewing. It's because you're not distracted
No,
visually by being in the environment.
and I have no clue. Like,
Yeah.
literally, she's on her phone,
Yeah.
like on her phone talking, like
Yep.
in her house. And the
Yeah.
stuff she was saying, there's no way in God's creation she would know where we are at and what we were doing. So that, and then,
Yeah.
and a lot of it too, we ran out of time and stuff just got, there's a lot of information that we're going to put out, and we're going to end up having a premiere party for it at some point. But I think we'll be back in that area because we just scratched the surface. Like, there's just so many layers to this haunting
Yeah.
that just continues to grow, and more people reaching out. And yeah, it's a great production, and I'm really excited about it.
That's
And I'm
excellent.
telling you, yeah, it's a dark and twisted.
Okay.
not
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but it's not your norm where, you know, let's go to the asylum. I mean,
Right.
this is actually, we're out remote, we're doing stuff, we're gathering evidence, we're building this story back to put out. So it's I don't know, it's hard to explain, but
I think I
it's
get it. I
yeah,
think I
yeah,
get it.
it's
Yeah.
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 You should know it already, right?
Yeah. Right? But, like, when we were shooting in England, it was
Hmm.
2 locations a day.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it was a lot, 2
Yeah.
locations a day and then driving between locations,
Oh yeah.
and,
Oh yeah.
um, it is interesting though because I firmly believe that in the history of Earth, there is not 1 square inch on this planet that something or someone hasn't died or something didn't happen,
Right.
you know? Everywhere has the potential to be haunted.
Yes. And I think it's one of the levels, the veils, the worlds, whatever you want to call
Mhm.
it, get close enough to intertwine and act. But yeah, you're right. It's everywhere. And that's why I try
Everywhere.
to tell people. Yeah, I mean, that hospitals may have activity and there might be people
Mhm.
still there ish, but it's everywhere.
Yeah. When Gwen was at my home, she saw, someone in my hallway, like,
Really
in my home. Yeah. I mean, we both know who it was my son, but, saw that in my hallway, and I live in a condo.
he
It's
don't
not
come through to you.
Oh, yeah, he comes through to me a
Oh,
lot.
okay. So
Yeah.
do you? How does that work? I'm assuming he's passed.
Yes, yes.
So isn't that heart wrenching?
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
Golly, it makes me sad just thinking about it right now.
Yeah, well, and this month is the 3rd anniversary of his
Oh,
passing, but he and I work together now. I mean, we worked together before.
that's
We had
an
a radio show together before he passed, but we work together now. Like, he works on that side and I work on this side, and he was a suicide. He died by suicide, and he works with the suicide victims on that side, and I work with their loved ones on this side,
interesting.
and we work together on that. It's beyond anything I ever
Wow,
thought.
that's like right.
It's
I
amazing. It's mind-blowing.
I can't even wrap my head around something like that. Like,
Yeah.
does he tell you stuff like about the other side or how it is, or like why is there a barrier? Like, why?
There really isn't a barrier, but I'm not the only person he hangs out with either, he's got other family, he's around other people, but he comes to me more clearly when he's concerned about someone in the family, or he's concerned about, how I'm doing. He's been very
Right.
concerned about me health-wise. So he's been hanging around me a lot lately because of my own health issues. Um, but yeah, it's just interesting working with him in this capacity because it really feels like the veil is so thin that the only difference is I can't hug him.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does he regret it?
No,
Really?
no regrets. No regrets. He lived a lifetime of pain, both physical and emotional.
Okay.
And so for him, it's relief. He
Interesting.
he has no regrets.
No regrets.
None.
See, stuff like that intrigues me. Not
Yeah.
putting you out there, but just, you know
Right.
what I mean? I deal with this stuff all the time. So,
Yeah, you
you know,
do.
like, you know, I see it constantly, not constantly, but over the years, I've seen
Several
hundreds.
probably.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I've always was curious to see if that person, you know, did regret, you know,
No,
crossing themselves.
no, he doesn't.
Wow.
He doesn't. He feels free. He feels like he's more able to help from where he is
Mhm.
than he could here. And he was a water protector. He had a nonprofit, Earth. Yeah, it was Turtle Island,
Okay.
and so he was very involved in helping people here. But again, had some physical limitations, had some emotional limitations with some stuff that he dealt with, and so he feels like he is more effective in helping from where he is.
Maria's. Now, did he have
Yeah.
your abilities
Yes.
on Earth?
Mhm. Yeah. So
So,
it's a different type of thing. So go ahead,
yeah,
ask
I know. I don't
feel
understand
free to
any of it.
ask
Yeah, no,
feel
I
free to
know.
ask your questions. I have
No,
no problem with it.
no, I know. And I'm glad you opened up
Yeah.
and talking about it, because
Yeah.
not many people would, and you know, it's obviously a touchy subject because
Well, yeah.
what it
But
is. But yeah, no, stuff like that's is curious to a lot of people, and I'm
mhm.
sure, you know, sharing your story helps a lot of people, and no, hopefully doesn't persuade anything bad, but you
Right.
know,
Right.
I want to make sure we put that out there, but you
Right.
know, just from this, just asking, you know, for research and out of curiosity, you know, that's
Right.
something you don't get
I totally
to ask
understand,
people.
and I'm very open about it.
That's
I am
great.
very open about it because I feel like there's been such a stigma about, well, they could have stuck around and tried harder, but how do you know? You're not living in their body,
Yeah, that right. I get
you
that.
know?
Yeah. Don't judge, you know. Yeah.
Don't
I don't,
judge. Don't judge. You don't know what other people go through.
I guess,
And
you know,
yeah.
people were taught at a young age that life it is precious, and
And it is.
whatever religion you believe in, and faith, and you know,
Mhm.
one of the greatest gifts in the world is life and love. And you know, now you're gonna, something that somebody desperately wanted so bad but lost, you're just gonna cross yourself over. And but it's free will, you know, you're
Right.
given that and you choose to do that. And you know, I guess that would anger some people that maybe have lost a loved one that didn't have a chance at life.
Right.
But
Yeah.
interesting, very interesting stuff.
It is interesting.
Yeah, that's
And again, it's something that I'm open about because I feel like people need to know that every choice is a choice.
mhm.
It's not like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I have a cousin who I am no longer involved with because the first thing he said was your kid went to hell.
Oh
Uh,
Jesus,
you know what? No. Go. You're no longer welcome in my life. You know.
that's terrible.
That is terrible. And you're just no longer welcome in my life. And um my son is at a place now where he is at peace. And that is something he didn't have a lot of here
Mm,
because of the difficulties he brought with him into this world.
right, makes
So,
sense.
you know, so he's at peace and I'm at peace with that.
And I think I said, we, you know, before,
Mhm.
everybody in this world tries to normalize that world with what
Right.
we do here.
Right.
And you know, you can't, you
You
can't.
can't. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
No.
And I can imagine, you know, in the work that you do, like I have a friend who's a police officer who like the most traumatic thing was when a teenage girl took her own life in front of him and he couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
You know,
How
like
awful.
yeah, like he tried to stop it, couldn't
Just
get to her in time.
terrible. I wonder
Yeah,
why things like that happen. You know, I was asking
yeah,
myself that too. It's like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. Well, and we don't know what other people are going through,
Yeah, like you
you
said,
know?
yeah, that's true.
We don't know other people's reality, and maybe that was part of their soul contract.
I mean, look at Robin Williams.
Mhm.
You know, perfect example. He had everything: fame, money, fortune, whatever he wanted, he could have. But he didn't have peace with himself. So
Right.
none of that matters.
None of it.
None
No,
of it matters. If you
no.
can't find that peace somewhere and have it, then that million
Mhm.
dollars in the bank is is as important as having a penny, because it don't mean
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it really, I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of how important mental and emotional health are.
Hmm. And it does play into that, into the paranormal, and into
Hmm.
to the other side, for sure. For
Yes.
sure. We've
Yeah.
hushed it up for so long. And
Right. Exactly. And, you know, it's like my friend in England was telling me that, you know, there's a 2-year waiting list to get a therapist there.
really, I need to go to England and start a therapy.
There you
No.
go. Yeah. I mean,
I'll print a degree up, you know.
like
I'm
here,
not making fun of anybody, or
no.
I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
2-year
that
waiting
much.
list. Yeah.
And then medication, I just give medication. I think it's handy.
Yeah. And that's everywhere. That's,
Yeah.
you know,
That's government and big farm
yeah, exactly. You know, and I'm not
making a
saying
buck on
that
something.
some medications aren't needed, but because they certainly are in some
Of
cases,
course,
you
of
know.
course, of course.
Um, but yeah, when that's the only solution, that's not helpful.
No, you got to get to the foundation, the root of the issue. You know, it's like having
Exactly.
a bad tooth. You know, they do root canals. They got to get the nerve out, because if not, it's just, you can feel it all you want, it's still going to hurt. So you need to
Right.
find that cause, and
And
like
fix
you
it.
do and I do, it's sort of the same thing. You know, where
Mhm.
we're trying to find try to find the cause of a lot of things, especially with mental health. And um,
Yeah.
sorry, my dog
That's okay.
doesn't bark all day, and he's outside. You're barking now. Oh, nothing. Who knows?
Squirrel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the squirrels are her nemesis.
Yes.
And I said to her, I said, what are you gonna do if you ever catch one of those squirrels? You know what I mean? Like, you chase them all day long, and then probably nothing, probably run from it.
Probably, yeah, as soon as they realize that when it
Yeah,
touches
but it
them.
is. Quit barking.
I can't hear the barking if that helps.
How can you?
No,
Well, that's good.
no.
I can.
I'm sure it's obviously bothering you. It's not bothering me at all.
Yeah. No, it's not. I just don't want your podcast to get crappy because of my
No,
talking.
I can't hear it. I don't know if anybody listening can hear it, but I can't. Um, so if you had like
Mhm.
maybe 3 different pieces of advice to give to people as far as let's combine everything that we're doing here, you know, as far as working in the paranormal, protecting your mental health, and also what you do for a living as far as a fireman. Y'all got to start over. I miss Jamie Lynn. Um,
Hello,
how would you put
Jamie.
hello, Jamie?
Why are you slacking? Starting from you have to start over now.
Yeah, gonna have to listen to the replay
Yes, 10 times.
10 times. Yes.
Anyway, so
So,
3 things.
3 things that you could share with people that would help them as far as communication with the other side, involving mental and emotional health in that, because I don't know about you, but I've seen some mentally and emotionally unstable go into the paranormal,
Yeah,
and
probably not
it's
good.
it's not good.
Mm.
And then how to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally as you're doing.
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing with that in the fire service is knowing your limitations, and recognizing a situation that makes you feel afterwards like something's off.
Mhm.
Recognizing that before it gets too far out of hand. You know, I speak a lot of PTSD and mental health, and verbalizing your feelings, for sure. Hold on one second.
Okay. I think we're going to go deal with the dog. It's really bothering him. Hello, everyone who's listening. I know we're an hour early this morning. We're just working
All
with
right, I just had to.
multiple schedules. So,
I'm back. All right, so
hello.
sorry about that. The dog was just driving me insane,
Yeah.
barking. But
Morning, Sheila
anyway, so
Marie. Yeah.
recognizing when something's off. I talk a lot of PTSD and mental health, and sharing your feelings. We didn't have any of this stuff when I started. to a
Right.
point, I mean, they started going into after action reviews and talking about situations that had happened and um, how does it make you feel?
Mhm.
And, before it was just like, suck it up, move on to the next. Or you just
Mhm.
laughed about it and then you went home and dwelled on it,
Yeah.
forever and ever. And it comes out somehow, somewhere, somewhere, whether it's drugs, abuse, alcohol, porn addiction, whatever it is, it'll
Mhm.
fester and it'll come somehow. And that's what I try to tell guys and understand, I'm just saying, I've been doing this for a long time and still come home and that some days it just sucks,
Yeah.
and I don't understand why I'm going through this. But there's help out there now. There's people to talk to. You're not crazy.
Right.
And so as far as the paranormal goes, the biggest thing for me when I got into it was that to get some type of relief. I was having stuff reach out to me, and I didn't
Okay.
recognize it. The dead through different ways. And I met up with a friend of mine when I moved to 2018, and we started going out to do this, stuff at seminaries and a little communication. Of course, I watched it on TV, Paranormal State,
Mhm.
Ghost Hunters, all the OG stuff. And I always like that kind of stuff. I like the equipment. I'm a hands
Mhm.
guy. I'm a fireman, so there's always gadgets and toys, and I always like that was kind of neat. Seeing these old places, but yeah, man, you gotta find yourself. You gotta find your peace before you worry about somebody else's.
Right.
You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're not stable or have some issues and trying to dig something up, or expose yourself to some bad energy, and it throws you off even more. So find
Yeah.
yourself, get yourself grounded, find some peace, and then and maybe that's part of the process too. But have a network in place, just like my job that you can talk to people and
Right.
understand.
Absolutely. Yes.
You don't make things worse.
Yeah.
Was there another part? I'm sorry, we got the
Oh,
fire.
I don't remember. I think, we
I'm
combined a few
rambling
things.
on.
That's okay.
Maybe
That's your
just
job.
shut up, will
Right
you?
now is your job, Mike, is to ramble.
Ramble on.
Ramble on.
But you
Everyone's
gotta
tuning in to hear you.
we talked about you gotta find yourself, man. You gotta find that. And there's still days that I struggle. We're all gonna always struggle.
Yeah.
We all have our struggles, like just like your son. We don't know that what goes on, and you got to have that network, that communication to reach out to people, not bad people. Anything that's poison in your life, you need to get rid of.
Right.
Life's too short. You can't waste your time and energy and stuff that is. I see these posts on Facebook, these negative posts, and people writing paragraphs of for what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Somebody likes something, just let them do what they like. As long as it's not hurting nobody or breaking a law. No
Right.
one's going to care about us a generation from now. No one gives a shit what we write. Just put that energy into stuff that's good, that's productive, that people can take in and grow from. Trust me,
Yeah.
there's days that I have days that I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
why? And then, and there's other days that I'm like, well, it makes sense now. But it starts at
Right.
home. You got to find that peace. And I think that's where a lot of stuff goes awry is the home
I
life,
agree. I agree. Yeah.
you know.
Have you ever been on an investigation where someone just mentally or emotionally couldn't handle it? Like they just
Hmm. I've had, people break down and cry.
okay.
Um, Situations where the energy was overwhelming, but maybe it was linked to mental health. Maybe it was a situation ever before in the past that this situation that we're in now triggered that, which is
Right.
not a good thing.
Right.
Maybe they didn't recognize that trauma was there, and then we were going to investigate this old hospital or this jail, and these spirits trigger that
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 trauma.
that trauma that they
Yeah.
didn't know, and had a bad outcome to it. Whether
Mhm.
crying or just being physically upset or sick. Yeah. I mean, I've had experiences where we were in Texas at an old hotel, um, And for some reason, my heart rate went to like 180. I was short of breath. I'm like, this is insane. Like, we just were investigating this building for like, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
doing a normal investigation, just basically bullshit, and had some devices out talking. And it's just like all of a sudden, man, I had this onset of, tachycardia. My heart's racing. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then it just went away. But I don't know if I would relate that to any issues that I had or didn't know I had, but
Can I just give you a little input on that? That just
yeah,
came to me while you were
yeah,
talking.
man. Don't read me too much. Just give me the lottery numbers. But anyways,
Yeah. Um, the thing that came to me, the sense that I was getting is that was a spirit who probably died in that hotel that way, and you made connection with it.
yeah, for sure. And I thought the
Yeah.
same way too. Is that
Yeah. That was information given to you. You just
yes,
didn't know it at the time.
just didn't know at the time. How awful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To experience that. That
Yeah.
they lived through that, and that's how they died.
Yeah.
But yeah, that that's one thing that I remember off the top of my head happened to me. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like I said, before you run out and do all this kind of stuff, you need to find yourself first before you worry about finding somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
and a lot of times we do talk to the dead to understand the living.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're a good example of that. That you do that, but yeah, lots of
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Lots of stuff. Lots
Someday
of
we'll all be
stuff.
there.
Yep, we will. I had one more quick question
Sure,
just popped
yeah.
into my head.
Yep, go
So,
ahead. I'm sorry.
with the no, you're not. You're fine. The firefighter EMT. Have you had experiences with people who have had near death experiences,
Yes,
or who, and how how does that conversation go from your
S-
end?
the,
Because that's a lot.
that's a lot. The biggest one that stands out to me is we were now, of course, this was before cell phones, and we were
Hmm.
working a guy. We were called for chest pain, and it just get worse. And we're like crushing chest pain, probably a STEMI, probably had some type of block. And he said, "I'm going to go out, out, cold, unresponsive." He was V-fib, which we could shock that rhythm.
Hmm.
So they shocked him a few times, and he come to, and he was so mad. Like, not happy because he's back to life. Maybe he was mad because he was. I don't know, but he said he was so mad because he was watching us work on him from above,
Uh-huh.
and he knew that when we defibrillated him was going to hurt. So he was screaming at us not to.
Yeah.
And when we did, of course, we converted them. I don't know how that works. I don't know how the heart and that works. If there's a time frame, see what I'm getting at? There's a
Right.
frame somewhere that I'm trying to do research on. But anyways, how that works, where he's back in his body now, and he's seen it, and he was telling us this stuff. There's no way
Mhm.
he would have known what we said or anything like that unless he was there.
Right.
But he was watching us. That was really. I had people grab my hands doing CPR, on their
Mhm.
chest, brought him back. But yeah, that was when it really stands out the
Yeah.
most. And I've had connections physically and mentally with people that are alive that died in front of me, people that I've known.
Mhm.
Have that. I'm the last thing they see. Isn't that awful? I'm the last thing you see. Hopefully, the next thing you see is a lot better, and you're not mind mugged. But yeah, that's interesting. There was a doctor. Real quick, I know we're probably running out of time, but there's a
Yeah.
doctor. I think he's like a podiatrist or something, but he does all these studies, and he was on Theo Vaughn's um, podcast.
Okay.
It's neat to watch and hear his stories. Like, he has a whole thing you have to answer a questionnaire to weed out weird people or people just trying
Mhm.
to get attention. Shouldn't say weird. Um, but yeah, he's end up like he didn't want to do that, but he was led to do that, to do these studies for people. So it's
Yeah.
interesting because I know we talked about 9/11, how you looked at your clock and
Mhm.
my career and stuff like that. So the synchronicities, how this guy was led to do these studies on near
Yeah.
death experiences.
Yeah. Well, you said you wanted to explore it more. Get in touch with me.
Yeah, for sure. I will do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. My last one, I was really mad.
Oh, really?
Really mad that I was brought back. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
And I've talked to some other people, and I'm not going to mention their name,
Yeah.
that watch themselves,
Mhm.
you know, in the situation you're in.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
It is crazy. It is crazy. I'm gonna have to do a show on
You need to do that and get that
yeah.
information out to people for sure. Because there's
Yeah.
people right now that are hurting, that can't find their peace, and you may just be that person that they need to hear and connect with, to be like, oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes
Then
sense.
then I can
That
move
makes sense.
on
Yeah.
and grow, and you'll never, time doesn't change anything. That's
Mm-mm.
false. It doesn't heal
Yeah.
everything. You just,
No,
it's just a part of your life now, and will
exactly.
always be a part of your life.
Right.
You know,
And
there's
and
day.
every experience changes us to some degree.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
obviously different than I was in my first part of my career. You know, I thought I'm gonna be climbing ladders, saving babies, doing all
mhm.
this hero shit. Now, no,
Yeah.
that's not true. It is some, but it's
It is
not.
some, but yeah, I
No,
mean,
it's
it's a
not.
hard job.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a
It's
hard
probably one
job.
of the hardest jobs in the world, physically and mentally.
Yeah. I wanna thank you so much. This has been an incredible show. Um, aw, thanks, Jamie Lynn.
Jamie Lynn,
Jamie Lynn. Yeah. Thank you.
very
Um,
nice.
it's so if someone wants to follow up on the work that you're doing, the filmmaking, where can they see some of your work? Where can they contact you if they have questions or
Yes, I'm glad
yeah.
you asked. Linktree.
Yeah.
I have my link tree that I pay a lot of money for. So use it. But
Use the link
it
tree.
use the link tree. It's on all my socials. It'll have Beacon. It has my YouTube channel, Facebook, X, all that fancy stuff. If you
Okay.
just get on my link tree on Facebook, uh, Michael John Angus, or Spooky Entertainment, which is me.
Yeah.
Um, if you get on there, my link tree's on there. Click on that, and it'll have all my socials, and it'll lead you right to where you need to be, or hit me up on Facebook Messenger. I'll try to get back to you when I can. But I'll be out and
Okay.
about this year. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. I'm
Well,
glad
thank
to.
you again so
Yes,
much. This has been
yes.
amazing.
Well, thank
Th
you. It's been a great morning.
Yeah,
What a great way to start today with this energy.
it really is. Thank you so
Yes,
much. And as
yes,
always, if you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me through my website at kristinabloom.com or through any of my Facebook pages. So thank you.
yes. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.